Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a seriously fascinating story, one that's all about the hidden reality, the grit of Vicky Singh Tomkyal. We're going to explore the life of a guy who is living this unbelievable dual existence right under our noses. We're talking about a journey that jumps straight from the quiet, everyday parking lots of residential complexes right into the absolute high-stakes, high-adrenaline world of combat sports. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to just take a second and think about your daily routine. Think about the people you walk past every single day without even a second glance. Do you ever really notice the security guards in your society? I mean, we see them at the gates, right? We see them patrolling around. Maybe we give them a quick little nod as we drive to work. But do we ever actually stop and wonder who they are? What are their dreams? What do they do the second they take off that uniform? It's so easy to get completely wrapped up in our own busy lives that these folks just kind of blend into the background. But as you'll see today, sometimes the most mind-blowing stories are literally hiding in plain sight, wearing the most ordinary uniforms.
And that brings us to a really important concept: invisibilized. It's a heavy word, but it basically means people whose presence, whose daily grind, and whose very real personal struggles are systematically ignored or just completely overlooked by society. And security guards, well, they're the prime example of this. They are literally there to keep us safe, standing out in the freezing cold or the blistering heat, and yet they're practically unseen by the very people they serve. Understanding this idea is absolutely crucial for today's story, because we are about to pull back that cloak of invisibility from one specific guard, and what we find is going to totally challenge your assumptions.
Section 1. Day versus night, the dual life. Let's introduce the man who completely shatters the mold.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the absolute extreme juxtaposition of his 24-hour cycle. Meet Vicky Singh Tomkyal. By day, Vicky is this fierce mixed martial arts or MMA fighter training up in Dehradun. He is dedicating all his daylight hours to one of the most physically and mentally brutal sports on the planet, literally pushing his body to the absolute limit. But then, the sun goes down, and reality hits. Because he has to pay the bills, his nights are spent working as a security guard, standing on his feet for hours just directing vehicles in a parking lot. Just let that sink in for a second. The exact same hands that are wrapped in fighting tape, throwing these devastating punches during the day, are the hands holding a flashlight and guiding cars into parking spots at night. It is a grueling, exhausting dual life, driven by nothing but his absolute passion for fighting and the harsh reality of an empty wallet.
Section 2. The improvised gym. Because as you can imagine, a night guard's salary doesn't exactly get you a premium gym membership, right? His biggest hurdle is a total lack of money and funding.
But instead of quitting, look at the sheer ingenuity of this setup. This is how you train when you have zero money but a massive amount of dedication. Step 1, he actually ties pillows to a brick wall for striking practice. Just pillows, so he can throw punches and kicks without completely destroying his hands. Step 2, forget about fancy barbells. Vicky is out there lifting heavy, super awkward gas cylinders for his strength training. And step 3, to build that explosive power and conditioning, he is flipping these massive, heavy tires in his improvised outdoor gym. It's such a vivid picture, right? You can almost feel the rough bricks behind those pillows or the heavy clunk of that gas cylinder. He literally built a training camp out of scraps because his dream refused to be sidelined. Talk about grit.
Section 3. Viral fame and temptation. Because you really can't grind that hard in the dark forever without someone noticing. And that is exactly what happened. Someone actually filmed his insane, improvised outdoor training, and boom, the video hit social media and spread like wildfire. People were just completely blown away by the raw determination of this guard-turned-fighter. And with that viral exposure came a sudden call to adventure. People started reaching out. He actually got direct offers asking him to move abroad, promising better facilities, better pay, an easier path in MMA. For a guy who spends his nights directing traffic just to eat, I mean, this was the ultimate temptation. An absolute golden ticket out of a really difficult, invisibilized life. So, the crucial point is how he responded to that golden ticket. Vicky's answer was crystal clear. Despite offers to move abroad, I want to stay and represent India. No way, right? I mean, take a moment to really process that. Here is a guy getting zero funding, completely overlooked by the system, literally punching pillows tied to a wall, and yet his loyalty to his country is unshakable. He doesn't want the easy way out if it means dropping his flag. His dream isn't just to be a fighter, it's to be an Indian fighter. That level of dedication, especially from someone who has received so little in return, is just breathtaking.
Section 4. Our collective responsibility. Let's just kind of slow down the pace for a second and think about what his choice really means for all of us.
And this brilliantly illustrates a deeply uncomfortable contrast. On one side, you have the citizen's duty. You have Vicky, this invisibilized night guard, stepping up and fulfilling his duty to the absolute max, sacrificing comfort and turning down easy ways out just to represent his nation. But then, look at the other side, the nation's duty. Are we really holding up our end of the bargain? Where is the support and the funding for homegrown talent like him? He's carrying this huge responsibility for the country on his shoulders. But shouldn't we as a society have some responsibility towards him too? It's a striking imbalance, and we really need to look at it.
Which leaves us with this final, burning question. If he is taking full responsibility for representing his country, if he is out there exhausting himself on night shifts and lifting gas cylinders just to fly the flag, what is our responsibility towards talents like him? How many other incredibly brilliant, dedicated people are out there right now, totally invisibilized, guarding our gates or working in the shadows, just waiting for a fraction of the support they deserve? I really want you to take that thought with you today. Next time you walk past a security guard, remember Vicky. Remember the hidden grit all around us, and ask yourself what we can do to help bring that talent into the light. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep asking those big questions, and I'll catch you next time.